Let's take a look at the inventory dashboard. We'll do a high-level overview of each section and the functionality that you'll find there. We'll get started with the raw materials section. Here you'll see the total raw materials you have, as well as the works in progress. A work in progress is just another name for a sub-recipe. You'll also see how many updates have been made over the last 30 days. The main thing that you'll be doing with raw materials is adding to your raw materials when new inventory comes in. So that's the main call to action. But there's other things that you can do within this section. Here you'll have the option to manually subtract from inventory. You might use this if something has expired or just needs to be discarded. You also have the option to reset the inventory. You might use this if you did a physical count and need to align what's in ReciPal with what you actually have on hand. You'll also have some options for reports. The snapshot report allows you to choose a date and see the exact levels of inventory you had on that date. So this lets you compare over different periods of time. You also have an updates report, which will show you every inventory update that was made, who made it, with the ability to filter either by supplier or transporter and drill down into those details. The finished goods section is almost identical to the raw materials section. Here you'll see the number of products that you make, as well as any recent updates within the last 30 days. In this section, the main call to action is to subtract from finished goods. That's when you're sending your product out the door. You also have the option to add to finished goods, which might happen if someone returns product, and to reset finished goods, again, if you do a physical count. In terms of reporting, you have the same types of reports. The snapshot report will show you the amount of products that you had on any date that you choose, and the updates report will give you that full history of any changes to your finished good inventory. Next, we have the production run section, and this is where a lot of the work happens. In this section, you'll see any open production runs you have and any production runs that you've closed in the last 30 days. You'll also have the ability to create a new production run, view all of your production runs, or get a summary report where you can pick a period of time and see what has happened in terms of production runs over that time frame. Now, the production runs are where you turn raw materials into finished goods. So in this section, you'll select one of your recipes, set the amount that you're making, and it'll show you all the ingredients you need, what you have in inventory, and when you close that production run, it'll subtract the raw materials used from your raw material inventory and increase your finished goods inventory by the amount that you produced. The production plan section is where you can set a production goal and figure out what you're going to need in order to reach that goal. It's a great forecasting tool, and on the dashboard what you'll see is the number of production plans you have, the ability to create a new plan, and the ability to view all of your plans. When you're making a production plan, you can select multiple recipes that you have and set the amounts that you want to make of each recipe. This will show you the ingredients that you have on hand and what you'll need to buy in order to be able to reach this production goal. And if you've entered the cost of different materials, it'll also give you an estimate of what it will cost you to purchase those ingredients. So this is a great forecasting tool, and you can make plans for different time periods. Maybe you have a weekly production plan, a monthly production plan, a quarterly production plan, whatever works for your business case. Next, we have the supplier and partner section, which is pretty simple. This is just where you could manage all of the different partners that you interact with. So you can input your suppliers, your transporters, your receivers, and have the whole list of folks that you want to be able to select within ReciPal. Finally, we have the lot tracing and recalls section. In this section, you can enter a lot code, either an ingredient lot code or a finished good lot code, and you can drill down and see all the details around how that lot code was used. So if you put in an ingredient lot code, you can see all the production runs that that ingredient was used in. You can also see a finished good lot code and see all of the places where that finished good was sent to. So it makes it easy to very quickly do a mock recall or an actual recall if you have any lot codes in question that need to be searched and find the entire traceability of those lot codes. One last thing to keep in mind is that from your settings page, you can manage your members. So from the Manage Members section, you can add different teammates' emails that you want to have access to the inventory management, and you can set the permissions that they have. Hopefully this overview gave you a good idea of what you can do in each of the sections of our inventory management software. For more resources, check out each of the individual pages and the tutorial videos there.